Ronnie, she holds a PhD in cell biology from Lanzhou University and MSc from the University of Connecticut. She was a visiting scholar at Yale University, and she is now a staff of a World Organization to investigate persecution against
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Hello, everyone. This is Ronnie Tan. And I'm from the organization WOIPFG. I will present our investigation revealed that CCP's state crime of massive live organ harvesting against Falun Gong practitioners. So WOIPFG, the full name is World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong. It was founded on January 20, 2003, based in New York, and has branches in Europe, Australia, Asia, and Canada. The mission of this group is to investigate the criminal conduct of all institutions, organizations, and individuals involved in the persecution of Falun Gong, to bring such investigations to full closure, no matter how long it takes and how far and how deep we have to search, to exercise fundamental principles of humanity and to restore and uphold justice. And the website is upholdjustice.org. All our investigation and reports are available to download or watch online or listen online there. And for how we do our investigation, there are mainly two methods we take. The first one is phone investigation. Since we are outside of China, the only way we can interact with the people we investigate is by doing the phone call. So currently, we already have more than 2,000 undercover calls made to Chinese political figures, government departments, hospitals, and doctors. And the second way we do the investigation is to do the media investigation, including all kinds of newspaper website, the hospital web pages, and media medical journals. We read through thousands of them to find evidence. And this image below show how we do the phone investigation. We call the number, use our cell phone, and recorded the voice by the use the software on the computer, and also recorded the full process. And after 15 years investigation, we have got many evidence to prove the live organ harvest against Falun Gong practitioners, include 2,000 plus pieces of document evidence and 260 pieces of recorded audio evidence. And within this 630 pieces of recorded audio evidence, there are 58 pieces of them directly proved the live organ harvest against Falun Gong practitioners. So all of this evidence leads to the following conclusions. First is the large-scale live organ harvest against Falun Gong practitioners exists in China from 1999 until now. Our evidence range from 2006, where we launched our investigation on this topic, first year, and until the 2020. Even this year, there's many evidence. This crime is continual. They never stop, and it's increasing. It's never shrink. And the second conclusion is this crime is not individual level, not group or organization level. It is state level. And multiple departments involved in, including the military, the party, the police, the detention system, and the medical system, etc. So it's the whole nation involved in this. And first, I will present the evidence from the state level officials. So the Police Bureau Standing Committee is the top leadership group in China. It was called PSC as abbreviation. So for the 16th PSC and 17th PSC and also 18th PSC, each PSC, they have 7 members. We reached out to 5 members of these 3 PSCs and got evidence from them. And some of the evidence pointed to the issue is order. This order is issued by the then President Jiang Zemin. So one of the member of 18th PSC, Zhang Gaoli, this one, and Bai Shuzhong, who is the former Minister of Health, and Bo Xilai, who is the former Minister of Commerce, all these three, they admitted or pointed out directly or indirectly that it was the CCP President Jiang Zemin issued the order to live harvest organs from Falun Gong practitioners. And here we show the script of when we do the investigation to Bo Xilai, the Minister of Commerce. It is 2006 on September 13, when Bo Xilai, the then Minister of Commerce, accompanied the then Premier Wen Jiabao on a visit to Hamburg, Germany. A WOIPFG investigator called Bo Xilai under the guise of the first secretary of the Chinese embassy in Germany and asked him, there are a lot of Falun Gong practitioners protest to say that you have done the crime of live organ harvest. So the Foreign Affairs of Germany want to know whether you are involved in it or not. And the first secretary asked, that is, when you were the governor of Liaoning province, that is, regarding the matter of live organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners, was that your order or Jiang Zemin's order? And Bo Xilai said clearly, Chairman Jiang's. And this all pointed out that the chairman is the one who is responsible for the issue of the order. And so the order issued, who responsible for it? And here the member of the 17th PSC, Li Changchun, he revealed who is the special person responsible for it. It's the 2012 April 17. During an undercover phone call with Li Changchun, a WOIPFG investigator said to Li, we got information that while you and Jia Qinglin are away from Beijing, we should use Bo Xilai's involvement in murdering and exercising organs from Falun Gong practitioners to convict Bo. At that time, Li answered immediately, Zhou Yongkang is in charge of this specifically, he knows it. So it is another member of the PSC responsible for this crime, or they responsible for the executive of it. So it's all from the top leadership of Chinese government. And this one, Zhou Benshun, who is the former Secretary General of the CCP Central Political and Legal Affairs Commission, he said, live harvest organ from Falun Gong practitioners. Our country does do this. It does exist. It's what we got from the phone call investigation to him. And Yang Guoli is a former Minister of National Defense. He said, I know this. We have ever discussed this topic. It refers to the live organ harvest of Falun Gong practitioners in Central Military Commission meeting. So all this evidence are available in the website, and I list the link here. So other three members of PSC, who is the Zhou Yongkang of 17th and Zheng Qinghong, and also Zhang Dejiang. These three members of PSC and Guo Bo Xiong, who is the vice chairman of the Central Military Commission, did not deny live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners, only stressed repeatedly that need to talk in a safe way. So above are the evidence from the top leadership of Chinese government. I show only some of the scripts here. All the full details are available on the website. And on top of that, we also have evidence from the medical system, and this is plenty of them. So we got some direct evidence which involved the 55 presidents, directors, or doctors from 31 hospitals. They admitted directly that the organs for transplanting are from Falun Gong practitioners. So here we give only one example. And this is the website of the WOIPFG. Here you can find all the audios and videos and all the documents, evidence we have got. So here we will show one conversation. It's since it's Chinese, we only show the script here. So this telephone conversation showed that the shocking lack of consent of some mainland Chinese doctors who were slaughtering practitioners for their organs. And this is the dialogue. So it happened in the Department of Cardiac Transplantation of the Central Hospital of Jiangzemin in Guangdong Province. It's on December 21, 2015. When answering a Falun Gong practitioner's phone call, the doctor on duty claimed, "Yes, it is from Falun Gong practitioners. So what? I do it every day. We have done a lot of. You probably haven't thoroughly investigated the quality. Way too many." And for the same doctor, another practitioner called again 1 hour later. So on the second call, the practitioner asked him, "How many organs have you dug out from living Falun Gong practitioners?" He answered, "Countless." The practitioner asked again, "Do you dare to confirm it is countless?" And he said, "Countless. To tell you the truth, is countless." The doctor then directly threatened the Falun Gong practitioner who called him. If you dare to come here, I will kill you. I kill you to see whether you go to heaven or hell." This audio and script also available on the website. So above are the evidence from state level officials and from the medical system. And also we have many other evidence to show this, to prove this. So first is we found that after 1999, China's organ transplant industry grew explosively. First aspect reflect this is the number of annual transplantation from official organization. So for this official organization, their statistics show that between 1991 to 1998, it's before the 1999, they launched the Falun Gong persecution. The number of organ transplant is only 9.7 annually. And after 1999, within this 6 years, it increased to 1,760. And this is 180 times increase. This is unimaginable, 180 times increase. So what happened? Why there are so many organs within such a short time? What happened during that time? And this is not the end. So 1 year later, 2005 to 2006, it continued to increase. It doubled. And on 2006, the number is 4231. That's 4,000. And this compare with before 1999, it's only 8 years difference. The time increases 436 times. It's very shocking. So in 8 years, it increased 436 times. And when we published this and the question about this organization, they stopped publish the statistics. So we don't have the later number on it. It stopped at 2007. But this 400 increase is not the end of the story. During our investigation, we found that the actual number is actually more than what they stated. Even what they stated is already 400 increase. Here we found that for this list, 11 hospitals we randomly called during 2015 to 2018, and find that most of the hospitals, what they announced annual organ transplant volume, and compared with the volume we figured out during our investigation, conservatively estimated, there's many times difference. For example, this one is the Peking University People's Hospital. The Peking University is similar to Harvard University in the US. Their annual announced is 125, but actually it's 4,000. is 32 times difference. And this Tongji hospital is 200 announced, but actually is 3,000. So it's 15 times difference. And on average, all this on average is 11 times higher. That means if they stated 436 times increase, it actually should be 4,000 increase. So this number, if we still remember the number, 4,000 per year should be 40,000 per year. And this is the Peking University People's Hospital. This is the Tongji Hospital, which on the list of the second, and this one is on the list of the third. They are all very big, famous hospitals in China. So another aspect of to show the explosively growth of the organ transplant is the number of the hospitals. So here we can see before 1999, in the whole China, there's only 19 hospitals perform the transplant. But after that, until 2006, there are more than 500. It's a 25-fold increase. And until 2008, there are 600 plus hospitals perform the transplant. And that's 32-fold increase. After 2008, is the medical bureau, they take actions that cut into the authorized hospitals 163. Before that, there's no authorization required for the hospitals to perform the organ transplant. And at the same time, when we look at the United States, it's about only 100 hospitals perform the transplant. So why there's so big difference? Why China's transplant increase so enormously? And when we called into the hospitals, we found that the hospitals, they distributed across the whole country. This is the report we published on 2014. And totally we found 891 hospitals are suspected of conducting organ harvest. But on the Google map, we can only find 865, and they are showed here. It's across the whole country, except Xinjiang and Xizang. We haven't found. It doesn't mean that there's no, because it's more difficult to do investigation of those two provinces, which is more controlled. Okay, so above are the two aspects of the growing of the organ transplant industry field. And another evidence we show here is when we do the phone investigation, when we ask about how about the organ source, how many they have, is it quick, or we always get this kind of answer. Like, we have plenty of organ sources. We never lack organ source. You just come. We will match you very quickly. And you can even pick a young, better organ if you pay more. And here, some side here is organ waiting for patient. It's not patient waiting for organ. And we have too many organs. We even persuade patient to do the transplant. We seeking patient from out of our province to do the transplant. So why there are so many organs? And another evidence that when during our phone investigation, we found that there are extremely short waiting time. So this this figure show that how many hospitals and provide how long we need to wait if we want to get the transplant. So there are 11 hospitals that the same day you will be able to find the matched organ after you have your blood test and all the required test finished. Once we get the data, we can match the organ for you the same day. And some side only the next day, and some side 2 days, 2 to 3 days, several days, 1 week, 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, or 1 month. And this is very shocking, the extremely short waiting time. So the only possibility to do this, to realize this, is they have plenty of organs ready to take in, and it's a live organ pool. And at the same time, if we compare with America, in US, the waiting time for liver transplant is 796 days. It's a very big difference. And for kidney, it's 1,000, more than 1,000 days. That's 3 years. So that means in US is 2 to 3 years waiting, but in China it's only 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks waiting. And also the surplus of organ lead hospitals to do the promotions. So here we list several promotions happened. This is one hospital, this is another, and recently on 2017, there's another. And also, this attracts thousands of patients from out of state to come to China to do the transplantation. So the official answer from the Chinese government, where the organs from, is from the exile prisoners or volunteer donations. But our investigation revealed that they are all lies. According to the executive death rolls, is way less than the numbers the transplant taken place in China. So it's a lie. And also the voluntary donations cannot support. And this is a paper published on the professional journal this year, prove this. So all this lead to the conclusion that the live organ harvesting against Falun Gong is large-scale state crime launched by the highest authority, the top leadership. And there exists a massive living organ donor pool in China, mainly the consent detainees, including Falun Gong practitioners, Uyghur, underground Christian, Tibetan, etc. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation, and thank you for your listening.
Okay, thank you, Ronnie.